product, the multivitamin that tops, quite frankly, all multivitamins. It's Andrew's Essential1. Many of you know by now, I could talk your ear off about this. I could certainly tell you that it's the best product I've ever encountered when it comes to multivitamins. Many of us have tried multivitamins and not been happy. Those rock hard tablets, they don't digest very well. This is a capsule, a soft, easy to swallow capsule that delivers more and better ingredients than we believe any of the others. And we'll talk about them. Those of us that have been taking perhaps Centrum or one a day, lots of brands out there that we're very familiar with. This is something that's completely different. Quite frankly, Andrew, in a league of its own.
Well, there's, as I was saying earlier, it really is difficult to compare this to any other leading multivitamin. They really haven't changed in the decades and decades and decades they've been doing what they were doing. I mean, I've been doing this for 40 years. This product has evolved tremendously over those 40 years. Our product now contains lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin. It contains a special form of folate. It contains levels of biotin. That was were the original levels in my beauty vitamin. So you start to get an experience of my healthy hair, skin, and nails when you get my Essential1, that it is really intended to be in a league of its own, because most of the multivitamins in the market, I mean, all the leading multivitamins, I look at them and I'm just crushingly disappointed that products that I thought 40 years ago would have had to respond, would have had to maybe start using capsules instead of tablets, instead of these rock hard dosage forms, would have had to start eliminating the artificial colors. But they haven't. Would have had to start eliminating all the additives that make it so hard to swallow, so difficult on your stomach. But they haven't changed at all. They haven't evolved at all. I guess it's good for me because it makes my product so unique, so different, and objectively. I mean, it's just, these are things, it's superior. If you went to a restaurant and they brought you your water with yellow dye number 5 in it, or yellow number 6 in it, because they thought it looked prettier, what would you say? Get that out of here. Yeah. If they put carnauba wax on the food or shellac on the foods because it made it shinier, it made it prettier for you, you'd again say, get that out of here. And that's basically what they do with tablets. They pretty them up. They're ugly and unpleasant because they're hard to swallow and difficult to digest. And all they do is pretty them up. It's basically their desire to sort of deceive us all. Right. And I say that because in my youth, I took those same multivitamins as well, because I knew that vitamins and minerals, they're what defines a healthy diet. We can't escape it. We need vitamins and minerals or we're not going to be alive. We need them. The question is whether we get adequate amounts from our diet or not. You read the science, you read the research, at least when it comes to things like vitamin D and B12, most of us don't get adequate or sufficient amounts. If you even things like vitamin C and vitamin E, most of us don't get adequate and sufficient amounts. Most of us hardly go a day getting the amounts we need of more than 4, 5, 6 of the vitamins and minerals we need. It's actually quite appalling when you look at the numbers. But that's why there's really no argument against a basic multivitamin, multimineral supplement. No argument. And that's what we're talking about here. Vitamins and minerals that define a healthy diet, that the science, the physicians tell us aren't in the diet we're eating. It's not healthy. So that's all a multivitamin mineral is about. We've breathed real life into ours because we don't just give you minimal amounts of each thing. We recognize and read the research about vitamin D and vitamin B12 being deficient and insufficient in most of our diets, requiring most of us to take a separate vitamin D and a separate B12. You get your separate D and separate B12 here. For the price of that separate B12, if you got 400 days of our separate B12 250, and that's exactly what you get in this Essential1 is our B12 250, it would cost the same. With our separate vitamin D, it would cost the same. So in other words, you're investing in 25 nutrients and a half a dozen of which cost even more than the vitamin D and B12, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, our 5-MTHF, a special form of folate, our vitamin B12 at 250 micrograms, a form of B12 that isn't found in any of the leading multivitamins, but is objectively, scientifically, factually superior. And so it's not that all vitamins are created equal. They'd love for you to think that. They don't want you to know the truth if you really peel back, sort of as they say, the layers of the onion and find out what's really going on in those products, discovering the true differences. But even beyond all that, my product is respectful to you beyond the fact that there's no artificial colors, beyond the fact that we give the real form of B12 that you want and the levels of vitamin D and B12 that you want. My product provides the form that you're going to want to take. It's small. So despite that high potency, it's small. It's a tiny capsule. It's a soft capsule. I can squeeze that capsule and it gives. So when you swallow it, your throat doesn't have to give, it gives way. And then when it reaches your stomach, you're not going to have some, here, rock hard tablet that's sitting on the lining of your stomach. You're going to have an ultrafine powder that dissolves instantly, delivering the benefits, delivering the nutrients, because those nutrients can't be absorbed. Even if they're granules, they can't be absorbed unless they go into solution. And each of the ingredients in my product was contemplated in terms of its solubility, the ease with which it's going to go into solution, the ease with which you're going to enjoy it. So it's a whole different world of creation and design, the way we create our product, than the way they've created theirs. And our reviews, this product wouldn't have over 97% positive reviews. It wouldn't be rated 4.7 stars, 85% 5-star reviews, over 93% 4 and 5-star reviews, and over 97% 3, 4, and 5-star reviews, if it weren't created differently, entirely differently.
I want to say something, and it's not because I want to embarrass Andrew with him being here, but I think it's important because sometimes when we watch things on television, they appear to be this glossy facade and there's a lot of hype and excitement around it. It's important that I tell you this. In 20 years nearly of being on television in England and in America, I have never met a gentleman who is absolutely as involved in his product, as much as a perfectionist as he is passionate, enthusiastic. The integrity and credibility that this gentleman brings, and that's why we're here today, because Andrew wants to show you absolutely every part of this. This is not a good product. It's the best product. There is no multivitamin that compares to this. You might have been taking a Centrum or a One A Day for 10 years, and it's hard to hear that. It's hard to listen to somebody say, well, you know, it's perhaps not as good as it should be because it's a rock hard tablet. We don't want to believe it because we invested a lot in it. But Andrew, and I say that respectfully to you, it has always been your mission to do that, to create the best or nothing at all.
Right. If I can't create a product that's objectively superior, I'll recommend you take the other product. And with all due respect to the companies that make One A Day or the companies that make Centrum, they are the pioneers that without them, I'm not here. But I've just chosen to do it in a different fashion. That if you read the reviews or the feedback from consumers in terms of tablets and swallowing large tablets, we know what they say in terms of how those tablets then behave in our stomach. We know what they say. We know what consumer preferences are in terms of artificial colors. But it's not like on the front of the label it says artificial colors in big, bold print. It says it in the what are the additional ingredients or the inactive ingredients. It'll say yellow 5 or red 40 or blue 2 or yellow 6. So, you know, with all due respect to them, I probably wouldn't be here without them because they're the pioneers in this industry. But in many industries, some people get left behind. Unfortunately for consumers, that the sales of my multivitamin probably don't amount to 1% of the sales of their multivitamins. Probably doesn't amount to 1% of the sales of Walmart's or Target's multivitamin. And I don't say, I'm happy where we are here, but I say that really it would be nice if all consumers benefit with the proper level of vitamin D, with the proper form of B12, that when they got their multivitamin, they actually got lutein, they got lycopene, they got zeaxanthin. For those of us, and I'm one of them, who don't have the ability to process and metabolize folic acid, that they got the special active form of methylfolate that we deliver. It would be nice if all American consumers who take a multivitamin, and there's probably tens of millions of them, it's nice if they got some of those benefits. But unfortunately, the leaders of this industry haven't seen fit to put lutein and lycopene and zeaxanthin in all of their products. A number of them have a little bit of lutein, a little bit of zeaxanthin. They all know they're important because when they do their separate eye formula, they give you the full amount of lutein and zeaxanthin. But as long as I recognize how important lutein and zeaxanthin are in my eye formula, I need to make sure that I give you a decent amount of them to start that foundation with my general multivitamin. They know the issues with standard folic acid. They know that cyanocobalamin, the standard form of B12, is not the natural coenzyme form that's used in our body, the methylcobalamin that we use. They also know the challenges of absorption of B12, but they don't protect it from stomach acid. So again, it's just a simple decision that I've gone about trying to make a product that addresses all of the problems, the issues, the obstacles, the concerns, the scientific studies that recognize there is a better way to do things, and that's the way we've gone about doing them. So again, I wish that more people could get the kind of quality that we exhibit here with our products and the kind of experience in swallowing a capsule that's small, that won't upset your stomach. But unfortunately, as we see in every industry, it's the very large companies that have the very large advertising budgets. And if you want to know how large my advertising budget is, it's
zero.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and maybe we should change that. And maybe we should try to speak to others who are not watching HSN and not visiting QVC.com as well. But, and perhaps it's my civic duty to do that. And perhaps that's something we'll do in the future.
Well, it's my civic duty to tell you that the pricing today is the best of the entire year. Our time is running out in the show. We have but just a few minutes left. Do this for you. Do this because you've been meaning to take a multivitamin. Do this because you want to upgrade your multivitamin experience, because if you're going to do it every day, if you're going to take a capsule every day, let's make sure that it's the best possible. Here are the options that we have. There is a 50, a 100, a 200, and a 400 capsule. This size is exclusive to today. Andrew does not make this size typically. He does it for today because it's a today special. Normal pricing is here. That's what it will become at midnight. You can see the special pricing, insanely affordable. If you take a look at maybe the 200, normally 200 caps would be about $95. We're going to double that and charge you less. So it's better than a buy one, get one. These are even on FlexPay, so get it home for under $20 as well. So get it for you and get it for the entire family. The bigger size offers the maximum savings. You're going to feel good, you're going to feel better. We're giving our body the things that perhaps it's not getting. Our body is talking to us because maybe our diet isn't the way it should be. Maybe it's your son. Maybe it's your husband or wife, and you know, maybe your husband always eats, certain foods that are not good for him, and you know he's not getting the right vitamins and nutrients and minerals. Get him to get started on Essential1. It's the best thing, because the one thing we can all agree on, all of our wants and desires, hopes and dreams, having our best health, giving our body what it really deserves to live a better life, a longer life, that's worth every single penny. At any price, it becomes priceless. Obviously, this product, as we are proud to show off, is truly one of a kind. It's unique. The ultra-high potency is something that's significant to us, because we are really giving our body, fueling our body with what it craves and what it needs. So the money speaks for itself, we know that. Andrew, Essential1, perhaps out of all the vitamins that you bring to us, is the one that we can all guarantee we have to take.
Well, it's the foundation. If you look at, and I talked about this last night, if you look at recommendations of doctors, typical recommendation of a doctor is a multivitamin. But most multivitamins deliver inadequate amounts of the other nutrients that doctors are recommending we make sure we get, vitamin D specifically, vitamin B12, because it's so well established that such a large percentage of the population are deficient or insufficient in vitamin D and B12. And of course, B12 needs to be at its proper form. It isn't in the typical multivitamin at all, any of the leading multivitamins. And vitamin D needs to be at its proper level. What it's going to do is just read a random selection of reviews. I really encourage anyone to go to hsn.com and read the reviews, because this is truly a product unlike any product you're going to find on the market. And as long as we're going to try to do the right things in terms of making up for a diet that might be less than ideal, or a lifestyle that might be less than ideal, at least for less than 20 cents a day, you're doing it perfectly. You're doing it in a fashion that delivers the key nutrients that you really need. So let's look at the chart here, and does it in a fashion that won't upset your stomach. So the best multivitamin packed in a tiny capsule. I've tried just about every vitamin out there, and I absolutely love this vitamin the most. It's such a small capsule, yet I know it's working because I feel so much better, more energy, positive moods, and I'm just so happy with the Essential1. I will purchase it again for sure. If you haven't tried this, I would say, what are you waiting for? You sure don't have anything to lose, and what you'll gain from taking quality vitamins is so much more than you could put a price on. I know my health and well-being is very important because I don't have anyone to take care of me when I get older. So it's imperative I take care of myself to the best of my ability. I feel the difference.
All right.
Best multivitamins on the planet. I love Essential1 with D3. Many multivitamins upset my stomach or are horse pills, which I cannot swallow. These are the perfect size and have an incredibly high level of potency per pill. I love listening to Andrew, as he is so knowledgeable on vitamins and nutrition. I say this as a chemist that works for the largest vitamin manufacturer in the world.
Wow.
Who supply manufacturers like Andrew, so I would know. The best. I wish Andrew Lessman would have the comparison of Essential1 to all the other vitamins on the market permanently on the HSN site for this item. I read this last night. We need to do this.
Yep.
This is full of everything you need. No one can touch the levels of all the various vitamins he packs into this wonderful, easy-to-swallow capsule, easy-to-swallow vitamin. Many vitamins are huge and don't even melt in a warm glass of water. That means they might not be breaking down in your body. As you often hear in reviews of his products, I will never be without this product. From Cynthia in Alabama. Perfect title for such an essential product. I've been using this product for several years now, and I'm grateful for the annual sale and free shipping. I had tried to use store brand and brand name supplements, but I did not have the energy and continued wellness as with Andrew's products. Now I make sure I am never without my daily Essential1 and a few other ProCaps products. Thanks, Andrew, for such wonderful healthcare supplements. From Terry in California. Never run out again. I tried another brand after running out of Essential1. I will not let that ever happen again. I had to take 2 other brands to get the amount of vitamins and nutrients I get with your 1 per day vitamin, and I feel the difference. Please bring these back as a Today Special. Here we are, at least 3 times a year. We do it once a year. Maybe we'll do a monthly special sometime toward the end of the year. Thank you for maintaining your high standards and quality for your products. From Mariana, Texas. It is the Today Special and the tens of millions of capsules we produce that allows us to have this kind of savings. I'm very pleased with the product. I was never one to take vitamins until lab results revealed I was extremely deficient in vitamin D. We have so many reviews that talk about that. At that time, I had experienced bone issues and muscle weakness. The cause was deficiency of vitamin D. It made me realize the importance of vitamins and good nutrition. Unfortunately, we can't always provide our bodies with what it needs. Taking a multivitamin each day that is easy to swallow and doesn't upset my stomach is wonderful. I know I'm doing something good for myself, and I feel great. I also learned so much about each product from Andrew Lessman. He is very knowledgeable and seems to really care that consumers understand the benefits. I've recommended his products to coworkers and family members. From Sue in Massachusetts. Thank you very much, Sue.
Fabulous.
We'll never be without it. I've been taking Essential1 for a few months every morning, and it's one of many products I take from Andrew Lessman. I love it, and I know I'm reaping the benefits of everything this has to offer. Thank you for everything, Andrew. The main staple in my vitamin regimen. Andrew, I've been buying this product and along with several others, and can truly say I feel fatigued if I don't take them. They never bother my stomach, even if I haven't had breakfast. If anyone needs a good multivitamin, look no further. This is the one for you. Give it a try. It's definitely worth it. Energy in a capsule. Unbelievable. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, HSN, for bringing such an outstanding product to us. I feel more energy from the 3rd day of use. I work many hours and am usually out of energy by the evening. One Essential1 capsule gave me the energy I needed to spend time with my 4-year-old without being deflated. I can't thank you enough for such an outstanding product. I will never go without it. I use the Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails and am amazed by it as well. From Lydia in Virginia. We'll do one more. 28 days in and love these vitamins. I've watched Andrew off and on for years, but never ordered any of his products until January. This is probably last January. I finally purchased these and the immune factors. Love, love, love these. I have many more I have more energy again. I've started exercising again too. I'm 28 days into using these and I can tell the difference. They do not upset my stomach at all. I'm not tired and wanting to blow off exercise after work like I had been doing for months and months. Even when I don't get ideal sleep, I'm going strong all day. Thank you, Andrew. I'm a believer, and now I have your presentations on auto record on my DVR. I'm going to branch out and try some of your other supplements.
Wow. I mean, strong words, important words from over 3,300 reviews. It's true. My other job, other than being HSN show host, is part-time Andrew Lessman ambassador. I find that's what I tend to do. Just like Sue said in her review, please do share your experience with friends and family, because it is a best kept secret here at HSN. You said about, zero marketing dollars. That's the whole point, Andrew. People learn about these products because of how an impact it has, the benefits it has on them. Obviously, our time is running out, and we do want to make sure that you know that this pricing is sensational today. Special sizing, no doubt about it. If you take a look at the 400 caps, though, that's less than 20 cents per capsule. That is nothing.
20 cents per day, small, easy to swallow capsule. You never take 2 capsules of this. You only take 1 capsule. That's all you need. So despite the high potency, despite the fact that it's like a separate vitamin D and a separate B12 and a separate full B complex, that it also gives you the full complement of key carotenoids, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, that it gives you a special form of folate, that it gives you the levels of biotin of my original healthy hair, skin, and nails, all of the most expensive ingredients in a supplement, which are ignored or neglected by the leading multivitamins. Despite that, it's less than 20 cents a day, and it won't upset your stomach, and it will be easy to swallow. I can go on at length about how unique this is, that there's nothing like it that you're going to find in any store. And I wish I could recommend something that's similar in a store. But if you're taking one of the store brand vitamins, I suppose they're better than nothing, but you're still getting a whole bunch of additives and other artificial colors and things like that, which is not in your best interest.
It's better. If you compare it side by side to any of the other leading brands, it's better. And I do want to highlight this, because this is important. When Andrew says about what's inside Essential1, if you just break down what you would typically spend, the retail pricing, the normal costing of the vitamin B12, world-class product, best in the world. Vitamin D3, again, 2000 IU, $78 there, $72 there. Then you go to calcium, vitamin C, magnesium. It all adds up to a $247 price tag.
Five out of 2 dozen ingredients, and that doesn't even include the value of the lutein, the value of the lycopene, the value of the zeaxanthin, the value of the 5-MTHF, our special form of folate, the value of the biotin, that's equivalent to the initial 20 years ago, our healthy hair, skin, and nail formula. Typical multivitamins give you 30 micrograms of the biotin, the beauty vitamin biotin, and they're proud of their 30 micrograms. We provide 500 micrograms. So that is truly not just an introductory level, but a really great start to experiencing the benefits of biotin. So this is a product that, again, unlike the leading brands that come in the large rock-hard tablets you see here, which are large tablets.
Yes.
It comes in a small capsule, and it's an ultrafine powder in that capsule. So